Hi there, this is Mystical Machine Gun, and this is Law of the West on the Commodore 64. I thought I'd give this game a go, because all the playthroughs on YouTube I've seen were just people with funny voices playing by the seat of their pants, which is entertaining, don't get me wrong, but I always wanted to see how far you can go in this game, where you are the sheriff and your goal is to make it to the end of the day. So, let's see how far we go, eh? Now, characters you talk to, the whole formation of the game is pretty revolutionary for 1985. You meet people in the town and you have a choice of dialogue options, much as you do nowadays in a BioWare game or something like that. But if you move your joystick up, you can shoot anybody anytime you like. Now we're going to leave this chap alone because a lot of the people you meet have information that the sheriff doesn't about bank robberies and train robberies and all this sort of thing. So you need to pick between being aggressive or sweet or nice or coercive or whatever you need to do to get the information you need. So we're going to try and get as many bank robbers as we can, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Now the gang of the day are the Daltons. Now so if you hear any characters talk about the Daltons, that means we're talking about the bank robbing gang. You never encounter them in the game, unfortunately, but you do get to do this. They refer to interchangeably as the Daltons and the James gang. So if you hear about a Dalton gang robbery, you get to whip your pistol out and yes, just got him. Now they can also shoot you, which is interesting to know. So you can shoot any character, but any character may shoot you if you're a bit too quick with your pistol. That's the Miss Rose. Now we could treat Miss Rose poorly. We could talk some trash, but the squeaky wheel gets the grease. There's that word again. There's the Daltons. So we should press for it, because everybody knows what the Daltons are doing in this town, except for our friendly sheriff. So, Wild West being what it is, Rose just wants to make sure she's not going to get shot, so she will help us if we say we're going to cover her. Now, they're going to rob the stagecoach, so we get a different scene to the previous one where they're robbing the train, and let's go. Now, you've got unlimited shots. There's no 6 shots in your pistol, which isn't very realistic, but that just means you're free to fire away as much as you can. And here we are outside the bank in the jail to meet one tough hombre, as far as we can tell. This is my favourite music in the game. So this guy is exactly what he is. He is the Mexicali Kid. With a mustache like that, I'm not sure why they're calling him Kid, but hey, that's the Wild West for you. This is the days of bounties and rewards, so for a guy named the Mexicali Kid, that does sound like somebody who would have a wanted poster somewhere. And here we see that you can pull out your pistol against other people because they may shoot you first. So I'm going to wait for him to pull out his gun, just because unless somebody draws on you first, the game goes, aren't you a little trigger happy? Because you could shoot someone as soon as they walk on the screen, if that's what you want to do. So the game punishes you for that, for a lower score. And in the case of the Doctor, if you shoot him, if you ever get shot yourself, you're up the creek. Doctor's a very important character in here, because keeping him on your good side means that you can be shot once or twice and still survive the game. Of course, he thinks we're a merciless killer. So let's see if we can talk him around our side. So he's another character who can tell us about the Daltons. And really, what we want to know is what they're trying to rob. Is it the train? Is it the stagecoach? What are they doing? And there it is. Old-fashioned Wild West bank robbery. I think we better whip out the pistol for this sucker. Got him. Dead on the steps. So that's a couple of, that's a good number of robberies we've stopped already. We're the best sheriff getting around, really. I need to point out the animation on the arm. For the time, it was amazing. Now this chap, he looks a bit like the Mexicali Kid, but instead of having a pistol at his hip, he's got a big old shotgun. Well, let's praise for starters. And honestly, I wish I did have one, because this is a pea shooter compared to that thing. And $20 for the day was a lot of money. So how did he get that much money? Oh dear. So you need to be careful there. If you shoot him too early, the game will still go, are you a bit trigger happy? But because I waited until he pulled his shotgun out, we're all good. I love the variety of characters. It could have just been cowboy, saloon lady, cowboy, saloon lady, all the like. But we got a little kid here who's a sassy little bugger. So let's see what his secret is, hey? Which is a creepy line, if you ask me. Maybe not back in that day, but yeah, for now it's like if you're offering kids on the street some candy, you're gonna get in trouble. But Willie likes talking with us, so we're all good. So, aside from the fact that Willie does really need a bath, what's his secret? They're going to rob the bank. Now, who could possibly be going to rob the bank? It's our favourite villains, the Daltons, the James Gang, whichever you want to call them. I'm going to be shooting a dude dressed all in black very soon. One shot, one kill. Is that good? KD ratios through the roof. And here we are back at the train station. I don't have the speed loading on C64 because it cuts off the music a bit, and I like the music, so... This is Miss April. Now, for a change, Miss April doesn't know anything about bank robberies. She doesn't know anything about anything else happening in town. Miss April is a love interest. Now, she's actually already promised to go to the dance with the Doctor. But, come on. I mean, today, you would probably want to go out with a Doctor rather than a policeman because the pay scale is through the roof. But for the time, come on, he's a rough, tough sheriff. So let's romance, eh? And it's not going to be Mass Effect style. We're not going to be jumping on anything. We're just going to get a date. Good old-fashioned. Success. But after that delightful romantic interlude, we're back to the rough and tough sure can't. And being a good old Wild West town, we're still God-fearing people, so gambling is the devil's way to poverty. And the sheriff seems to have become a bit of a preacher. Ooh, sassy. They pay me to kill. Well, I do try to avoid gunfights if possible. We've got to be careful here because he can throw down on his way back into the saloon if you're not careful. There it is. Oh, yes. So sometimes he actually does just walk back in without causing you any trouble, but he's a cheating, gambling mongrel, so we took him out fair and square. Who's this? It's almost the same music as Willie, so who is this man? Now the deputy obviously doesn't know what's been happening because I've been walking around town. I've stopped the stagecoach robbery, train robbery, bank robbery, 2 of them at least. Let's see what he knows. But I guess the music tells us he's a bit unreliable. Someone's robbing the bank. Well, I think we can handle that by now. What do you reckon? Another bank robbery foiled. The Daltons could be really rich if we weren't here. That's quite a number of robberies we've foiled already. And just to note that if you don't pick the right options, if you pick different conversation options, we would miss out on those robberies. They don't happen automatically. Now, who is she calling a tin horn? Now, Miss Bell is another romantic option, but she could also, considering the way she hovers that hand over her hip, she could also be a threat. So what we're going to do is we're going to be the ideal of a video game protagonist, and we're going to get with as many women as we can. I know it's troubling, but this was almost 20 years ago, so let's give the developers some slack. And Belle is happy to have a dance with us. And here we see the last encounter of the game, so we've pretty much nearly made it to sunset. We just need to battle this combination of the deputy and the gambler. And he is packing heat. And yes, they are mean looking guns he has. Let's butter him up. Let's see if we can get away without fighting this man. Oh! Oh! Jeez, that was fast. But hopefully, since we've been friendly with the doctor, we'll get a reasonable outcome. Let's see how the doctor feels about us now. Oh, and he's here. That's a good sign. So that's what the doctor does for us. If we've pissed him off, he will say, "Is that the Tin Horn Sheriff?" and leave you to die. Now, this wasn't optimal. The best way to handle it was to shoot that last chap. But we've gotten quite a high score, really, for the game. The stars at the top indicate well, and the the third row is romance points, which always confused me as a child because it looked like a cowboy with his mouth wide open and his hat at a jaunty angle. The lonely crosses on a hill are villains we've killed. The other icon is obviously we've been shot once, and we actually let one robbery get away, so I'll have to try again another time, but it's not perfect. But if we had killed any innocents, there would also be a row of nice looking gravestones showing that we'd shot someone who was not evil. So that's Lord of the West. That's we've made it to sunset with one bullet, but maybe we can do better next time. This is Mystical Machine Gun. Catch you around.